And welcome to Verbal Prick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. Look, I am so glad to have this brother on the show, Waly Diop. We're gonna get into that in a minute. He's a chef. We're gonna talk about his journey to becoming a chef and touch base on Senegal. Right? So welcome to the show, brother Waly Diop. What's happening, fam?
What's up, Pink? How you doing
Right.
today? All right.
I'm pretty good. Now, this is what's interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you are, which we all are, but you arrived here from Africa.
Yes.
Now, I saw his last name, Diop, and I asked him, have you heard of Sheikh Anta Diop? And he said, yes, because you rarely hear brothers from Africa knowing about Sheikh Anta Diop or Patrice Lumumba or Jerry Rollins in Ghana. It's like we know more about that history, but I ran across a brother who knew who Sheikh Anta Diop was. How'd you find out about Sheikh Anta Diop? Because he's from Senegal as well.
Yes.
So did you hear of him in Senegal, or did you hear of him when you got to the States?
So you have to know in Senegal, when you go to school, for sure you will know Cheikh Anta Diop because they're going to talk about him.
Okay.
Because he's the one who did the hieroglyph.
Right.
It's like the writing that they have in Egypt. You know, he's discovered a lot of stuff in Egypt that any humankind discover yet. And some people don't talk about him because they don't know him.
Right.
When you African and you know a lot, we might not be put on top of other people.
Okay.
Because of the European. They talk about more of the European what they discover, but
Right.
he's someone he's been known years and years.
Right. Yeah, we treasure that history here in America because we needed to know history, but also to dispel myths that was told about us, blacks in America, and also the myth that was told about our African brothers too. So it was a disconnect, right? They didn't teach us, as far as the history of black people in America, did they touch bases on the slave trade, and was that the only type of history that they taught? I mean, and did y'all get some of the Malcolm X? Did y'all get Elijah Muhammad over there?
We know about Malcolm X. Like I said, in Senegal, the school, how they teach you everything, the story of everybody. Like it's not only they talk about like European. We talk about the people that was fighting for black people. Also, that people don't know. Like my grandfather,
Right.
Nobody knows him. His name is Waly Diop.
Okay.
He was the one who was fighting to get the black people to not go to the boat, but nobody talk about him.
Well,
No one talk about him. He knows he was going to die anyway, but
Right.
he said, even though I'm going to die, I will make sure that I will fight for my people. And whenever he was leaving, he go and see someone they call Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, and talk to him about it. And Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, he told him like, brother, if you go there and fight, they're gonna kill you because you don't have the power. And that's what we see. He said, anyway, I will go. And he went, and he got killed. And no one talk about him at all.
We would talk about him on this show because that's part of our history. That's part of who we are. And that's the reason why you will find the youth or young people behaving in a certain way, because if you don't know you and your history, your lineage, and take pride in it, then you don't. And if you don't feel self-worth, then you would do anything.
Yeah.
You don't. So it takes us to call back the knowledge, the elders, the counseling, the information to pour into the people to give them a sense of pride.
Yep.
So when did you leave Senegal and come to America?
2011, like the December 31st, 2011, I was in Senegal, coming to the United States, and arrived here like around like 5, the 31st of December 2011.
But what made you come though? Why you said, look, I'm coming?
Because I went to school and I got my high school diploma. So right away that I got that, I was able to work at the bank because like they were doing some exam and to see who's qualified to do some new product that they wanted to showcase
Okay.
in Senegal. And I just went and I learned about it and they took me and after that they did some exam and I was part of the fifth people, the best people.
Right.
So that's how I become to work there. But my family just told me, "Oh, why you started making money without having your diploma? You need to go, to the U.S. get your diploma."
Okay.
And from there, they get me to New Orleans
Okay.
on December 31st, 2011, to go to the University of New Orleans to
Okay.
study finance.
Oh, okay. You studied finance at the University of New Orleans.
Yes, I did some English classes to be
Okay.
able to speak English
Right.
and get a start to my career over there. But it's expensive.
All right. Now, but now let me ask you this. So when you arrived in America, right? Did you notice the people was like, wow, man, some of these people could be from Senegal or
Oh yeah, my first day. I'm gonna say my first day. I went to Walgreens
uh,
and I met a black guy, like darker than me.
right.
And I went to him and I said, Nangadef. Nangadef means like, how are you doing in
Right.
my language? And the guy was like, no, I don't speak
right,
I
right.
speak that language. I said, wow,
And
you
you like,
look like my people, like you.
right.
Man, if you go there, you're going to melt in the people. Like, it's like for real. And he was like, yeah, I need to look at my ancestor. I said, you need to look at them, like,
Right.
as soon as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
That's your people. We
Yeah.
don't yeah, oh, man, we are still recovering, but we are rebuilding. Not just physically, but we are rebuilding our mind to take on different concepts of knowledge from metaphysics to, like you're saying, finance, spiritual knowledge, because we had been fed this Western European doctrine over and over again. And that's all we saw at one time. But now we starting to broaden our scope, and now we seeing brothers from, I don't care if you're from Africa and Panama, Brazil, Belize. Now we starting to shake hands and we starting to talk. We finding out the similarities over there, right? Now, and this is where we get to this part, right? So now, and one thing that can bridge people together is food.
Yeah.
Food is a bridge. Now,
Yes.
now, what made you get into food and to being a chef?
So that's the funny part. When I went to New Orleans and I started school, and I was paying around $9,000 a semester, I couldn't afford it no more. It was too expensive. So I took a plane and go back to Senegal because I didn't want to lose my status.
Right.
So when I went back to Senegal and I sit down and I say, why not going back and do something? Because what people do, I can do it. But I talked to my uncle. He said, no, you can go back so we can see if we can still pay them. When I come back to University of New Orleans you know, trying to go back to school, it was they added more. It was almost $10,500.
Oh, right.
So it was like a big mess. So I said, like, let me find a job. Maybe if I can find a job, I will be able to pay the school. When I found a job, I went to a place called the Daisy Dukes, and I was working there because they needed a delivery driver. So I just wanted to hit the door. When I sat there as a delivery driver, I didn't know the city. I didn't know how to get myself in the road, to be able to know, okay, this is the place I need to go. They fired me because the food was taking too long.
Right.
But after that, they say, the guy is a good guy. He's a nice person. Let's call him back. So and let's put him in the kitchen. So that's when they put me in the kitchen as a dishwasher.
Okay. Okay.
So as a dishwasher, I was cleaning the plate like this, but my eyes was always on what they were doing because
Right.
my mindset is like, if those guys can do this, I can do it because they don't have anything
Right.
that they can do that I can't.
Right.
I have ability to do it. So one day it was an Essence festival, full of people. One of the cook was drunk.
He was drunk.
Yes, and they fired him right away,
uh,
right there. So they told me if I can help in the kitchen, trying to just put his stuff. So I said, okay, tell me what you want. From there, boss, I started putting the stuff, and we're getting busy more. So I told the guy, don't tell me anymore anything. I know. I will read the ticket. The guy see me. I read the ticket. Can't put the plate up stuff. He see me. I'm trying to make the eggs. He said, "How did you know this?"
right. You've been watching.
I said,
Right.
"I've been watching, and some days when you are not here, I've been trying to put stuff together." They
Hmm.
say, "Wow." I said, "Okay." From that day, they say you don't work in the dishwasher no more. So you're gonna do prep, and sometime you're gonna work with us. In 7 months, I become the lead of
Come on.
that kitchen.
Come on. Determination. Come on.
Determined because I was determined. I learned everything. I know how to do the gumbo, the jambalaya, the red bean and rice, and boom. So I worked there. Every time I was smart though, as every time they have Essence Festival or some festival coming up, I'll be like, I'm quitting. They say why? Because like you guys don't pay me. So that's how I get like $12 to $15 because I start there from $7
Right.
to $12 in 7 months.
Right. Come on. Right.
I
Right.
was like, no, I'm not. So I sit with myself. I said, Wally, do you want to be a chef? I said to myself, yes, I want to be a chef. So what do you need to do? So what you need to do is like to go and learn from some other people and somewhere else. So I met a Senegalese chef. His name is Serigne Bay.
Okay. Say it again.
Serigne Bay?
Serene Bay.
Yeah, he's a
Bay name. Wait, hold on. And Bay, you see a lot of Bays in the Moors names, but come on,
yes,
Celine Bay. Let's ride.
yes. So Serigne Bay told me I can hire you in the hotel, Lowe's Hotel, but I will tell them to, yeah. So I put my stuff over there, and I went to the hiring thing on that day. They hire me. So I start from there learning. I start from cook three.
Okay.
It means like you just do salad and stuff, something like that. Over there also from 7 months, I become cook one.
Okay.
And Sering Bay used to have some catering, like used to do catering all around New Orleans. Like we used to host like 300 people. We used to host like 150 people over here, 120 over here. So I used to go to work with him because I wanted to learn, to see how real chef do things. That's how I started. And I used to go some other restaurant, work there, and trying to get some more knowledge because that was the only way that I can get some knowledge about cooking and stuff.
But, and it's interesting. I'm hearing your story, and I'm hearing your determination. So you come to America. You're trying to be a delivery driver.
Mm-hmm.
You started off washing dishes,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm hearing that knowledge and acting on your knowledge will take you to far places.
Oh yeah.
Is that the but now is that what you all are taught in Africa? And the reason why I ask this is because I meet a lot of people that would come from Africa and they start with nothing. But then they, like you say, you see them 7 to 10 months, they thinking of business, they're thinking of ownership, and what is that drive? Is it look, let me get the knowledge first before the money, and then when I get the knowledge I can build. What is that that's
Because
instilled?
even in English they say when you get the knowledge, the money will come to you easily.
Okay.
Even that's what they say. And at the same time in Senegal that's what they say.
Okay.
Xam-xam
Okay.
moo njëkk
Okay.
soo amee xam-xam pour nga am xaalis dafay yomb. Meaning knowledge is first. If you
Okay.
have the knowledge, for you to get the money, it's going to be easy because people they will need you. People they will need your knowledge. People they will need your effort and knowledge to be able to do something, especially in the in whatever thing that you fire like
Right.
field. I mean,
Right.
you want to be.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's the only thing that you can get. And African people, like especially Senegalese people, they are strong people. When they want to know something and they put their mind into it, they can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause see, over here we're taught microwave society, Mike. Like get out there and get the money first,
Yeah.
and you got to get it quick. And we hustling and we. But you right when you read these books, they're saying no. Give me wisdom. Give me knowledge first. Then I can get the money.
Money can go away, but
Right.
no, but knowledge can't go nowhere.
So and you are see on Verbal Radio, we bring you all living examples to show that the theory works,
No,
and that's the purpose. That's the purpose of this interview, and most interviews that I do here, Verbal, is to help and show you that okay, the don't be afraid to apply the theory because the formula actually works. You know, we are sitting here in Cosmos, and he's the chef coming from Senegal. You know, studying finance. School was high, but once you get knowledge of something, now you're in demand,
hmm
right? And you can make money.
yes, easily,
Ah, come on, bro.
easily,
Wonderful.
easily, because like when what I learned from America is like nothing is easy.
Right.
It's always gonna be hard.
Yeah.
If you want your life to be better, make sure it's hard in the beginning and you'll be softer in the afternoon in after.
Facts.
But yes, because like when you want it like easy, it's gonna be hard aftermath.
Right.
So so that's something like people need to understand and know
Right.
about life.
That's right.
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle. Life is a cycle. We talk about that in the book Consequence by Vince Cole Muhammad, which is me, my book. But life is a cycle, and you're right. If it's hard in the beginning, it becomes ease down the road.
Yes.
Because the hardship is gathering the knowledge, the studying, going out there to present the little knowledge you have on the beginning and get beat up.
Yeah.
And you got to withstand that and keep moving. Now, once you force through that fire, you become like that phoenix. You rising out the ashes, and now you ready to roll, right? As an example, this brother is an example. So what now? Have you ever mixed any Senegalese dishes with American dishes? Have you infused and combined those, or are you working on any new type of recipes?
I always do that. Most likely, if you try the Cosmo rice ball, you can tell there is some African uh, how to touch on it. If you try my rice ball that I made on Valentine Day, the kind of I kind of start losing the name of the dish because
Right.
um,
But
the paella,
okay.
that's what I meant that I made over here. It's like basically like a touch of what I learned from New Orleans infused to what I know from Senegal. So I combine those and I make it and I put it together and I mean it was something that people even is still asking me to do it again.
Right.
Yeah.
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 And that salmon bowl with the
salmon,
rice.
yeah. You tried
I
it.
done tried it.
How good it is. How
It is excellent, And then hey, they got the desserts in the case. Chef Muhammad desserts is in there.
yeah.
Y'all come out to Cosmos so you can enjoy this feeding experience for foodies. What's the location?
5927 Alminda Road, Sweet G.
Sweet G, Sweet G. Come on in and enjoy yourself. I mean, I I can I can tell you about it, but you actually have to experience it, and you will know what I'm saying. Right here in Houston, Texas, across from Hermit Park on Alameda. Come and meet Chef Waly and ask him about his experience and his journey to the States. Now, before we close, though, I want to say this before we close. I'm learning that a lot of Americans, especially Black Americans, are becoming expats. Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal. Is the dollar variable? Is it different?
Yes, it's big different.
Okay. So
I'm gonna speak to Senegal because I know more about the exchange rate. In Senegal right now, $1 is 600 or 601.
Okay.
CFA.
Okay.
So it means, how I always tell people, if you get $2,000, you can get married easily in Senegal. That's how they do it. But there is some story behind it, because like over here they give you the money, you're using that money. But $2,000 you can do a lot.
In Senegal.
And I'm gonna tell you this also. A lot of people are moving to Senegal because it's easy to buy a land over there. There is not the taxes that they have over here. A lot of people, they're moving there. A lot of people, you ask them, hey, do you want to go back to America? They say no. White, black. It's not only, and there's a lot of stuff you can discover there. There's an island, there's a great island, the door of no return, the slavery where they held the slave. There is like the Pink Lake. There is like water falling. There's a lot of things to discover in Senegal. And right now, I think anybody who's thinking about going to Africa need to go there and discover yourself everything. It's a good experience to go to Senegal, and it's safer.
Oh yeah, definitely. And last question. Now, do you have to be a citizen to buy land?
No.
You can buy land.
You can buy land.
And own it.
Own it.
Yeah. $2,000 take you a long way.
I bought some land around 700, 600. Right now, it was like 3 years, 4 years ago.
Wow.
Right now, it's in $2,000, $3,000.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
Yes.
That is a blessing.
And maybe Vince is gonna get some over there.
Oh yeah, definitely, because we have to expand our horizon. I mean, the whole planet is ours. We don't have to just be in one spot.
It's not only United States. It's not only Africa. It's the world. You have to go yourself and discover. Right. If I didn't come to United States, there is a lot of stuff that I would not understand, because traveling is reading a book.
Right. Traveling is reading a book. Never heard that saying, but it's true.
It's true, yes.
It's like when you read a book, you visualize it, what these different places look like around the world.
Yeah.
But when you actually travel, it's like what you read.
Expanding your knowledge.
Expanding your knowledge. Right here on Borough Pick Radio, Brother Waly. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
And we out. Wasn't bad at all, Brother Waly.
What do you think? How it was good?
Yeah, it's excellent.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why it's excellent.
Yeah.
Because anytime you can share information that people didn't know, that they can understand, like the bit about your grandfather. Now that is recorded in the history book.
Yeah, because
now they can go and read and understand what happened.
They don't talk about that. And he was a big guy.
Right.
And no one talk about it. So.
And do me a favor too. You can teach me the spelling of his name, so I can make sure.
I will